Hi, today we're going to be talking about property pricing. There are some misunderstandings and misconceptions around property pricing. So today we're going to play a little game. Let's play true or false on 3 statements today. So the first statement is asking price equals selling price. This statement is false. Let's look at some examples. We have an old house in Colombo 7. The asking price for the per perch value, because the house had no value, was 16 million per perch. What they actually sold it for several months later, the delay was probably due to pricing, was 12.5 million per perch. On the commercial property side, in Colombo 5, we had a main road facing property that the asking price was 12 million per perch. The property actually sold for 9.5 million per perch. Again, in Colombo 1 in Fort, asking price 25 million per perch, selling price 19 million per perch. If we look at Colombo 5, the Timbrigasai area, now we need to be mindful that in Colombo 5 there's a variety of neighborhoods. So the pricing can vary largely. So I say Colombo 5 in the Timbrigasai area, the asking price for a residential property was 10 million a perch. What's actually selling, or what it actually sold for, was 8 million a perch. Navala residential property, the asking price 4 million a perch, sold for 3.2 million a perch. And the list can go on and on. But what I'm trying to give you examples of is to show you that the asking price or the listed price is not the selling price of the properties. Number 2, the per perch value of a property is dependent on the size of the property. This statement is actually true. If you look at smaller properties, 10 perches, 8 perches, 7, 6, 11 perches, there will be more demand for that as the total value of the property is not as high as it would be for a 25 perch, 30 perch, 50 perch, or even 100 perch property. So as the property size gets larger, the number of potential buyers shrinks and the pricing per perch on those properties also can come down. Now there is an exception to this in a booming real estate market where there is a lot of development going on. Larger properties can demand a higher price because there could be a lot of developers looking for such properties to develop them. But right now in our market, that's not the case. And also this is in general, this statement would be true because there are unique situations, there are exceptions to the rule, but in general, a smaller property gains traction on a higher per perch price than a larger property. Number 3 is residential pricing is close to or equal to commercial pricing in terms of properties. This statement is absolutely false. Depending on the location, it can vary from 20 to even 50%. Some examples we can give you: Navala commercial properties on main roads, 6.5 million might be a going price, but residential properties are going for between 3 and 4 million, as I mentioned earlier. Then let's look at Colombo 5 again. This is in the Timbrigasai Javath area. A commercial property sells usually somewhere around 10, 11, 12 million depending on the road. But the residential properties sell for between 7 and 9 million. Halawatha Batharamula, when you look at that area, the commercial properties are usually 3 to 5 million a perch. Some may argue there are spots that will get you a little bit higher. But residential properties are probably not going to get you much more than 1 to 2 million. Some occasional areas you might see a little bit over 2, but it's generally 1 to 2 million. And then Colombo 3, if you look at the Gaul Road. Gaul Road, most selling prices during 2019 were 20 plus million per perch. But the residential prices were closer to 12 to 15 million. So there's a large variance when you look at commercial pricing versus residential pricing. Therefore, we cannot say it's close to or equal. So let's review the three statements today, the three pricing statements we analyzed today. 1. Asking price equals selling price. False. Size of the property matters when it comes to the per perch value. This statement is true. Residential pricing is close to or equal to commercial pricing. This statement again is false. We'll have a few more statements in our next session on whether they are true or false. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe or like us or hit any of the social media avenues to get alerts from our videos. Hope you have a great day.